of Ojwang is as important as the life of Ongondowere, Honorable Speaker. In 2 days, the PS for Interior was giving an update of what has happened, including the arrest of suspects.
Senator Isaboy.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika kunipa fursa hii na mimi pia niweze kuchangia. Mheshimiwa Spika, kwanza natoa risala za rambirambi kwa familia ya Albert kwa niaba yangu na watu wa Kwale County kwa kifo chake, kijana mdogo sana mwenye umri ambao takriban miaka 25 na kuendelea. Ni jambo la kusikitisha sana kwa sababu huyu kijana ambaye alikuwa akisomea huko Pwani University akamaliza. Baba yake alikuwa ni mtu wa kufanya kazi katika timbo za mawe kumsomesha mtoto wake na akahitimu akapata kazi na sasa amekuwa mwalimu huko. Lakini kisanga hichi kilipotokea, ulimwengu mzima na nchi nzima ya Kenya imehuzunika kuhusu kijana huyu, kifo chake. Yangu ni kusema tu uchunguzi ufanyike na haki ipatikane kwa familia yake na wale waliohusika sheria ichukuliwe mkononi mwake. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika.
Senator Veronica.
Honorable Speaker, thank you for giving me this opportunity. And I want to also thank Senator Eddy for bringing this very important statement before the floor of this House. Honorable Speaker, I want to believe this is a dream. I have never imagined in my whole life, even as a trained advocate, that an accused person, accused of a misdemeanor, not a felony, not a category of an offense, which is so serious, and there would not be even a justification for any suspect charged with a serious offense to be killed within the precincts of a police station. I want to believe it's a dream that Albert was actually picked by persons who identified themselves as police officers, picked from his home, handed over to the hands of police officers by his parents, and the parents knew they are following him behind to help him and assist him secure a bond so that he can stand trial. And he's taken to a police station, Honorable Speaker, and after a few hours, Albert dies from head injuries, neck compression, multiple soft tissue trauma, and pathologist has ruled out self-inflicted injuries. I think it is very sad, and I must admit it must not happen to anybody within the Republic of Kenya. Honorable Speaker, the other day, Boniface Mwangi, the activist who went to Tanzania, together with his friends, people sometimes whom we don't even support, were tortured in Tanzania. And Kenyans were up in arms because of how the police in Tanzania behaved. How much more, Honorable Speaker, when Kenya is the lead in matters democracy, in matters of expression, political expression, how much more responsibility must the police take to deal with suspects within the constitutional parameters that they are given in the Republic of Kenya? I just want to take one moment, because I have worked in a police reform program with the Laikipia University, where we were introducing human rights to the police, that any time an accused person is arrested, they have rights under the Constitution. The Bill of Rights defends them, and I want to condemn in the strongest terms possible the killing of Albert Ojwang within the precincts of a police cell. It's embarrassing, and whoever did it is actually sabotaging the government of the day. It is very wrong, Honorable Speaker. And action must be taken, exhaustive investigations carried out, and whoever is culpable must be held liable. Let IPOA now do its work. And we are looking out, Honorable Speaker, to see that IPOA for once can hold police officers, Honorable Speaker, responsible for any...
Senator Beatrice Akinyi.
Honorable Speaker, a country that kills its young people is a country that kills its future. Honorable Speaker, just the last 1 week, I was here as a proud leader from Homa Bay County. And Honorable Speaker, I shared with this House our happiness from the celebration of Madaraka in Homa Bay County. But this morning, Honorable Speaker, I asked myself, was this the celebration we had in Homa Bay County on the 1st of June, Honorable Speaker? Is this the aftermath of what we've gotten from that celebration? Honorable Speaker, even all the developments we counted and I counted here is not equal to the life of one young man called Albert Omondi. Honorable Speaker, this morning as I was having breakfast, just a brief breakfast with my son, I saw a young man shed tears over this death, Honorable Speaker. And my son preciously asked me, Mom, why do we as a country make 2 steps ahead and then we make 5 steps going back? Honorable Speaker, I want to ask the President that, Mr. President, who is this who is keen on tarnishing the image of this country? Are you not able to deal with that person? And Honorable Speaker, I've heard a number of politicians make statements since the death of Albert, and a number of them are sorting themselves across the board. I want to tell them, Mr. Speaker, sir, that over this, keep your sentiments away because a life has been lost. Honorable Speaker, I speak as a parent. Why are we on some of these seats, including any seat anybody has, if we cannot face such challenges? Honorable Speaker, let us allow our young people to grow. If you cannot fathom any challenge, Honorable Speaker, don't go for any seat. But the President must just address this, Honorable Speaker. I think it is by design that after the celebration of Madaraka in Homa Bay, somebody wants us to just shed some darkness in this country. Honorable Speaker, let us move forward. We have been told of a young man who could have committed suicide. This is the only country where we saw a...
Senator Karungo Tsangwa.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I'm equally sad, Mr. Speaker, as we discuss this issue of a lost soul. But one, Pastor Martin Niemola from Germany said, Mr. Speaker, first they came for the socialist. I did not say anything because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionist. I did not say anything because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews. I did not say anything because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one to speak for me. Mr. Speaker, as a country and as the Senate, we are all affected. We are all affected, not just as a nation. We are affected as people who have been entrusted to take care of the people, Mr. Speaker. Even the government pathologist who has been going through or conducting postmortems on such cases has even been affected, Mr. Speaker, saying a relative brought on a table for him to check what killed him, Mr. Speaker. I think as a country and as this Senate, we must give an ultimatum, Mr. Speaker, that by 25th June, Mr. Speaker, if this Senate has not done anything, if this Lagat DIG has not resigned, Kenyans should come out on 25th as a Memorial Day to come in large numbers, Mr. Speaker, and deal with whoever, Mr. Speaker, is not doing what it's supposed to do. Because, Mr. Speaker, the police who have been mandated to take care of Kenyans, they are quick to act on some useless issues, Mr. Speaker. Today, as we speak, there is a police officer by the name Samido. Samido, who is a musician, who was granted a leave to go to America. He was supposed to return yesterday. But today, there is a warrant of arrest on him for abduction of duty. If the police can issue a warrant of arrest for somebody because of missing work. Yet we have a police officer whose name has been dragged on every murder. And Mr. Speaker, they're not doing anything. I think as a country, I think as a Senate, we need to do something, Mr. Speaker. The same police told us a member of parliament has kidnapped himself. The same police told us he kidnapped himself and he slept in a certain hotel. The same police, but we did nothing, Mr. Speaker, because he does not come from our region. Today, the same police are saying the guy, the Albert Ojwang, hit his head on the wall, Mr. Speaker. The same police. At least we can say we're here now discussing issues because we have been all affected by the death of Albert Ojwang, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Kavindu.
Asante Bwana Spika kwa kunipa fursa hii niweze nami kutia sauti yangu kwa hili jambo ambalo linahuzunisha sana zaidi. Na kwanza niwape wazazi wa huyu kijana pole zangu. Bwana Spika, kila mzazi utarajia kuzikwa na mtoto wake. Hakuna mzazi hata mmoja utarajia kuzika mtoto. Na hii Bwana Spika inaleta uchungu sana kuona watoto wetu wanauawa kama ndege. Mwaka moja ikifika tarehe 25 mwezi huu tutakuwa tumefikisha mwaka tukikumbuka jinsi wetu walipouawa. Bwana Spika, nilikuwa kwa hili bunge na nilitoka pale nje tukatembea tukaenda kule Bunge Towers. Bwana Spika, experience ya 3 hours Bunge Towers ilikuwa kama mwaka mzima. Kila nikisikia bunduki inalia tu nilikuwa nasikia tumbo yangu inatoka, maana mimi ni mama. Na hiyo bunduki ilikuwa inapiga mtoto. Sasa tunaongelea mtoto ambaye ameuawa na watu ambao wanastahili kuwa wanalinda kila mwananchi katika hili taifa. Kama tutauliwa kule tunastahili kukimbilia usalama. Basi tutapata usalama wapi Kenya hii? Ni kuonyesha taifa letu limeanguka kabisa. Na mimi naita president wa hili taifa, Bwana William Samuel Ruto, tafadhali simama kama president. Na sasa hivi kama si jana uongee kuhusu huyu kijana. Na wale ambao wamesababisha watendewe kile wanastahili kutendewa. Kwa sababu hatutanyamaza watoto wetu wakiendelea kuuawa. Sasa wakikufa wote tutabakia na nini kama taifa? Vijana ndio wenye nguvu, ndio wanaweza kuendelesha taifa. Tukizidi kuwaua ni wapi tutapata wengine wa kuendelesha taifa hili? Mimi nasema hivi, kama mtu yeyote amefanya makosa, kuna koti, apelekwe kotini au hukumiwe. Kama ni kufungwa afungwe, kama hakuna hatia aachiliwe. Lakini kuuawa, hii jambo ninakashifu kabisa, kwa sababu hakuna haki ya mtu kupoteza uhai wake bila sababu yoyote. Na ni mtoto peke yake ya wazazi wake. Hawa wazazi labda hata umri wao hawaruhusu tena kuwa na mtoto. Watapata mtoto wapi? Hata kama watalipa fidhia, hiyo fidhia watalipwa hailinganishwi na huyo mtoto. Na tunaomba haki itendeke hata kwa jinsi walipokufa kwenye taifa hili.
Senator AC Okenyuri.
Asante sana Bwana Spika kwa kunipa nafasi hii. Kwanza ningependa kutoa pole zangu kwa familia ya marehemu Albert Ojwang. Ni kisa ambacho kimenisikitisha mno Bwana Spika. Bwana Spika, sisi kama vijana tumeondoka nyumbani kwenye umaskini kuja mijini ili kujitafutia. Ni kisa kimenihuzunisha kuwa Albert aliweza kuchukuliwa na maafisa wale, na ripoti za upasuaji wa maiti zimeonyesha kuwa Albert hakujiua, aliweza kuuawa na maafisa wale. Singependa kujiunga na wenzangu ambao wananungunika. Bwana Spika, maafisa wale ambao walimbeba Albert kutoka kwao washtakiwe kwa makosa ya mauaji ili wasema nani ambaye aliwatuma kuangamiza kijana yule. Ni jambo ambalo linasikitisha Bwana Spika, kwa sababu kama vijana wa taifa watatendewa unyama kama ule, sisi viongozi tunabaki hapa tukinungunika Bwana Spika. Hii si hali ya kawaida Bwana Spika, na mauaji ya wanablog yamekithiri. Sisi kama viongozi tumezoea kuwekewa makosa kwenye mitandao pale, lakini hatujawa wa hasira kiwango cha kutaka kuwaua wale ambao wanatutusi pale kwenye mitandao. Kwa sababu tuko kwenye nafasi za uongozi, mambo kama yale yakitokea, sio sisi kuchukua hatua kama zile. Kwa hivyo Bwana Spika, maafisa wale ambao walimchukua kijana huyu Albert kutoka nyumbani akiwa salama, washtakiwe kwa makosa ya mauaji, ili waweze kuambia bunge hili na taifa kiini kikuu cha wao na ni nani ambaye aliwatuma kumwangamiza kijana huyu. Roho yake isilale pema peponi Bwana Spika, iweze kuwasumbua ambao wamefanya mambo hayo katika taifa hili. Asante sana.
Senator Omtata.
Mr. Speaker, sir, to begin with, I just want to read Article 238 of the Constitution, Clause 1. It reads, national security is the protection against internal and external threats to Kenya's territorial integrity and sovereignty, its people, their rights, freedoms, property, peace, stability, and prosperity, and other national interests. Clause 2A says national security is subject to the authority of this Constitution and Parliament. Parliament has the power to investigate this crime. And we have gotten to a point whereby we should form a parliamentary committee of inquiry to be guided by the inquiry. And that committee should get to the ground and call witnesses and unearth this problem. If you look at the Commission of Inquiries Act, it's another guide. We can ask the president to form the committee. If he can't, Parliament can constitute itself into a committee. When J.M. Kariuki died, Parliament constituted a committee of inquiry, and there's a tradition in this House that we have been able to inquire matters like this. So given the weight of this matter, my submission is that Parliament should investigate this matter. The police have nothing to investigate. Yes, please.
Senator Omtata, would you wish to be informed by the Senator for Migori?
Yes.
You may proceed, Senator Eddy.
Mr. Speaker, my brother, Senator Omtata, has called for the formation of, I'm very emotional, Mr. Speaker, you'll forgive me. He has called for a commission of inquiry on the death of a young man when it is a matter of public understanding that there is somebody who has been alleged to have reported that Juang had published something about him. How does the justice system work, Mr. Speaker? How does it work?
Senator,
Can it be?
Senator Eddy, what is this information that you'd wish to share to aid Senator Omtata's contribution?
What I want to share with Senator Omtata is there is a serious person who works in the police rank who had an issue with this young man, and there's nothing to inquire about him. At the very least, let the young people in Kenya see that at least this person is behind bars, or at least has written a statement for which can form a basis for any kind of inquiry. There is nothing to inquire about a DIG who had an issue with this young person, Mr. Speaker. What is there to inquire? and is the one who sent for him, Mr. Speaker. What is there to inquire?
Senator Eddy, I've given you some latitude because we wanted to know, to understand the information you wanted to volunteer. Nevertheless, Senator Mtata, if that is helpful, you may proceed.
Well, it is helpful to the extent that you have not seen the tweet. Personally, I have not seen the tweet that has been referred to or the insulting statement that is alleged. I have not seen it. Naturally, this thing would have been floating around. So it looks like if there was one, there's a very heavy cover-up that we are not able to leave it to the ordinary law enforcement mechanisms to get to the root of this matter. That's why I would like people like Senator Sifuna here, Senator Mandago, and people, and the bull of Nandi, Senator Chererke, to sit on this issue and try to bring closure to this. We had Gen Zs killed in this country. It's close to a year today. No stone has been turned. And if it has been turned, what was seen under that stone has not been told to us. That's what I'm saying, as the ultimate house. And that's why I read this constitution, 258 clause 2A. National security is our business. And national security includes the lives of Kenyans. A life of a Kenyan has been lost. Many lives have been lost. Nobody has been held accountable. That's why I'm saying that in this particular matter, we form a body, a committee of inquiry the way it was done when J.M. Kariuki died, and the way it was done recently when this lady was killed by the British soldiers. And we unearth the evidence we can get and force law enforcement to act. If we leave it to law enforcement, we are going to complain, daylight, sunset, and the things will go cold. Let this house take charge and get to the bottom of this matter, turn whatever stone there is to be turned, look under that stone, and tell the world what they see. That's what we need. Otherwise, we are going to end up nowhere. They are going to sanitize this thing and it's going to disappear. This was a murder. We even have information when this guy was taken to the Central Police Station when he was bleeding. We would like these people to have a forum where they can come and tell us what they saw without fear of being victimized. That's why I'm asking for a parliamentary commission of inquiry. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Nderitu.
Asanti Bwana Spika kunipa fursa hii. Kwanza kabisa nataka kuleta risala zangu za rambirambi na watu wa Laikipia kwa familia ya Albert Omondi Ojwang. Na nimpongeze Seneta wa Migori Eddy kwa kuleta taarifa hii kwa sababu wakati huu Bwana Spika, kwa nchi nzima kuna tanzia kwa sababu ya kumpoteza kijana barubaru. Kijana ambaye alikuwa ana maono. Bwana Spika, na hii imekuwa ni kama kawaida kwa sababu inaonekana watu wanaongea na polisi, maafisa wa usalama wamezoea. Watu wataongea, watanyamaza. Bwana Spika, anasema hivi kwa sababu kuna taarifa ambayo tungetaka kujua kile ambacho kilimuua padre ambaye anaitwa John Maina Ndegwa wa Boyman. Vile vile taarifa kuhusu padre ambaye anaitwa Alois Cheriot Bet. Lakini Bwana Spika, ikiwa taarifa kama hizo wezi kazipata, wanajua ya kwamba hata huyu kijana ambaye tayari tunaambiwa ya kwamba na maafisa ambao wanatuambiwa kwamba watafanya uchunguzi. Uchunguzi wao wa kwanza walisema ati katika seli Ojwang alijigongesha kwa ukuta. Bwana Spika, huyu Ojwang hakuna mahali kunasemekana alikuwa na ugonjwa wa kifafa. Ati alianguka. Ni wazi julikane alipokuwa akichukuliwa Homa Bay. Maafisa usalama walihakikishia wazazi wake ya kwamba ako sawasawa na atapatikana akiwa vile vile. Bwana Spika, alitoka huko akiwa buheri wa afya, lakini ukiangalia ripoti ya upasuaji wa mwili wake inaonyeshana ya kwamba alinyongwa, na vile vile inaonekana ya kwamba alipigwa kichapo cha mbwa kuingia msikitini. Bwana Spika, hii ni aibu kwa maafisa wa usalama kwa sababu wao ndio wamepewa jukumu kulinda mali na maisha ya wananchi. Bwana Spika, sasa inafika kiwango ya kwamba wananchi wanashindwa wakimbilie majambazi? Hapana. Wakimbilie polisi? Hapana. Kwa sababu Bwana Spika, Inspector General wa polisi anapaswa kuitwa hapa aelezee kinaga ubaga. Naye naibu wa Inspector General wa polisi ambaye anatuhumiwa ya kwamba haya mambo yametendeka kwake, Bwana Spika, anapaswa kuwa amejiuzulu. Na si hiyo peke yake, Bwana Spika, samaki anaanza kuoza kutoka kwa kichwa. Waziri wa usalama Kipchumba Murkomen anapaswa akija hapa kesho atuelezee vizuri, na akishindwa kueleza, Bwana Spika, ajiuzulu, kwa sababu yeye ndio tunategemea, yeye ndio tumepatia lile jukumu akiwa kama waziri. Nataka kuwashukuru vijana hapa Edi, nashukuru majority leader ama kiongozi wa
Senator Asige.
Thank you, Speaker. In June of 2024, the streets were the crime scene during the Gen Z protests. Now young people are being executed in a new place. It seems that police stations have become the new crime scene. And I, as I proceed, want to call for the IG and his deputy, who have had far too many extrajudicial killings under their belt in just 1 year, fired with immediate effect. Mr. Speaker, because there are too many rights that have been violated through the death and the killing of Albert, 26, 28, and 29, and other articles of the Constitution. Why was Albert Ojwang arrested without a warrant or a clear explanation of the charges contrary to Article 49? Why was he transferred over 350 kilometers from Homa Bay to Nairobi instead of being processed locally? On what basis was he even detained in Nairobi? Why was his safety not guaranteed while in police custody as mandated by Section 59 of the National Police Service Act? And if the allegations of corruption that he made were worth killing him, then why isn't this precisely what we're investigating? Because only a hit dog hollers. DCI should not be seen anywhere near this investigation, Speaker. A judgment by Justice Mugambi on the 9th of May 2025 clarified that only IPOA has the mandate to investigate deaths and injuries caused by police officers who are on duty or occur in custody. Not DCI, not any other department of the police. Also, the Security Services Laws Amendment was introduced in Parliament to expand IPOA's oversight powers and give it more teeth, not just recommendations, but actually allow them to make arrests. But the National Assembly has blocked this bill. We know that. They say that it doesn't concern counties, thereby stalling its legislative process in this Senate, and therefore obstructing real justice. We have to fight as a Senate to bring that bill. Dead people don't tell tales, Speaker, but the collective voice of Kenyans demands that this tale be told and justice be served immediately. I thank you.
Senator Kisang.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I also joined my colleagues to condemn the killing of Albert Ojwang, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, this is a young man who was teaching. In fact, I want to send condolences to the people of Homa Bay, the people of Taita Taveta, because he was a teacher there, Honorable Speaker, and the only child. So it's unfortunate that he had to die in a police cell. I don't know if the police don't know that there is a law that was passed 2019 called Computer Misuse and Cybercrime Act, that if anybody abuses you in the social media, you report, take them to court, and charge them. So there was no need to kill this innocent young man, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I think it is time now for the National Police Service to put CCTV cameras in the cells, because we have lost many people in the cells, and there is no record to show what could have happened, actually, Honorable Speaker. They need to put, the National Assembly need to afford some resources so that all our cells in the country, Honorable Speaker, are put CCTV cameras so that, there will be no excuse to say that somebody committed suicide. The report of autopsy is already out, Honorable Speaker, and they have said, the pathologists have said, Albert died not because of self-inflicting injuries. This was basically done by the police officers, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, it's unfortunate, and this should not happen in a democracy like Kenya, Honorable Speaker. We have a very progressive constitution, so these things should not happen at all. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Dulo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I wish to join my colleagues actually in condemning what happened to Albert. Mr. Speaker, of late there is so much insecurity issues that are happening in this country. And I think it is high time that we have taken very serious action against the happenings as far as insecurity is concerned. Mr. Speaker, I saw the father of Albert actually on media trying to explain what happened to the son. And Mr. Speaker, you can imagine Albert having ugali and sukuma under a tree, and the police officers come with a motorbike and arrest the innocent young man. Mr. Speaker, if he was guilty, and I was actually hearing the father, he was saying the wife and the child were also seated there. He didn't even finish actually eating his ugali. Mr. Speaker, we should not allow loss of life in our country. This is happening. There are gangs all over actually recruited by so many people in this country, especially the politicians, Mr. Speaker. Yesterday, when this matter came up, so many of my colleagues came to me and said that we must summon IG to come and explain this matter to us. Mr. Speaker, we managed to summon, to ask IG to come and explain on this matter this morning, 11 o'clock. But unfortunately, it didn't work out, Mr. Speaker. National Assembly has requested IG to appear before them on Thursday morning at 10 o'clock. And they have requested also Senate to appear before Senate on Thursday midday. Mr. Speaker, this is a matter that police should not investigate because it's like they are investigating themselves. IPOA is in place. They should actually move with speed and ensure that investigation is carried out, and those who are concerned should be brought to books. Mr. Speaker, I request on Thursday midday, this should be the committee of the whole where we should be able to address all the matters affecting insecurity in this country. I thank you, and I pass my condolences to the family of Albert and the wife and the widow, the widow and the child. Mr. Speaker, this is a very serious matter that needs to be dealt with and put to a stop. I thank you.
The Senate Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the people of Kericho and on my own behalf, I join the rest of the country in passing condolences to Albert Ojwang. Mr. Speaker, I've sat here wondering, beyond the things we say as legislators, what else? What happens next? The unfortunate thing, Mr. Speaker, is that we have abated this kind of crimes for too long as legislators. We want to sit here, get clips on TikTok and say, you know, I expressed my rage. Look at the house, it's virtually empty. Because people have shared what they want to say. They have gotten theirs for the afternoon, Mr. Speaker, without a recourse. Mr. Speaker, the motion that we passed here after the June 25th protest, if we had adhered to it, and our committees, and I've said this more than 100 times on this floor, Mr. Speaker, that there were specific things that we asked each of our committees to do. The arrest procedures, Mr. Speaker, was part and parcel of what we passed in that particular motion. Mr. Speaker, the rights of protesters was part and parcel. If that had been addressed, Mr. Speaker, the young people of Angata Baragoi would not have been killed. If we had done the arrest procedures, Mr. Speaker, Albert Ojwang would not have been picked from Homa Bay to come here. And up to when, Mr. Speaker, do we want to be a house of lamentations? Let us be serious with our work. The people of our individual counties, Mr. Speaker, did not vote us in here to come and lament like them. We should be embarrassed. This is not a matter that we should even be addressing, Mr. Speaker, because we know for a fact that we have the power. If you, as a member of parliament, whine, what do you expect young people to do, Mr. Speaker? I want to urge ourselves that for once, let us take our duty seriously. Let us ask our committee on security to lead us into a conversation. In a sitting of the entire plenary, the same way the late Senator Yusuf Haji led us in this house, in a sitting of the entire plenary, when our 3 colleagues were arrested arbitrarily. But our Speaker, let us stop this hypocrisy of just speaking and going home. People are disappointed in our actions. I expect that Professor Ojenda, that you serve as a vice chair of this security committee, together with Senator Fatuma Dulo. You want us to speak about these issues until when? Surely, can't we lead the country into making the right decisions on how to handle protesters, how to handle arrested people, how IPOA, Mr. Speaker, can do their job without being interfered with, Mr. Speaker? Because last month they told us they are investigating those who kill people in Angata Baragoi. To date, we don't know who it is. How difficult is it to tell the country, even just to know, who are these officers that went for Albert in Homa Bay? Up to now, we don't know who they are. Yet when none of our own died, Mr. Speaker, we were being given a blow-by-blow explanation hour by hour. The life of Albert Ojwang is more important.
Senator Professor Jen.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me join colleagues to commiserate with the family of the late Albert Ojwang, but also, Mr. Speaker, to condemn in the strongest terms possible, though I'm the Vice Chair of the Security Committee in Senate, and to undertake, Mr. Speaker, that the committee and the Chair has spoken will go right to ensure that this matter is dealt with as by law required. Mr. Speaker, it is clear that under the Independent Police Oversight Authority Act of 2011, this matter must and ought to be investigated first by IPOA. And I'm glad that I saw the chair of IPOA, Commissioner Ahmed Isaac, together with the IG and the DIG and other police officers at the Central Police Station, which was the crime scene. Mr. Speaker, two things that I want to point to, Mr. Speaker. Our colleagues in this House have this afternoon spoken and made a number of suggestions. The first suggestion, Mr. Speaker, is that this matter be dealt with by the a commission of inquiry and a commission of inquiry appointed under Chapter 102 of the Laws of Kenya, the Commission of Inquiries Act. Mr. Speaker, since the law clearly spells out the role of IPOA under Sections 5 and 6, this matter would be best initially investigated by IPOA. And Mr. Speaker, unlike my colleagues who have come before me, it is important that every person in this process be investigated. It is also important, Mr. Speaker, that we do not, at this point in time, call upon the resignation of individuals, including DIG Lagat, who had filed a complaint, but to go to the depth of the investigation and establish who was responsible, who caused the death of Albert Ojwang. Mr. Speaker, the second point is this, that it is clear, Mr. Speaker, that a murder has been committed. A murder as prescribed under Sections 204 and 207 of the Penal Code of the laws of this country, and the police officers who are culpable or who are linked to this offense, those who are in charge of Albert Ojwang right from the time of arrest, must all be arraigned in court. We want to see action in the same manner and fashion as happened in the case of the late Ngondowere, so that we have action. It is not enough, Mr. Speaker, to call upon officers to resign before they investigate. Let us have a report that will come to us, but Senate, as we are saying, Mr. Speaker, will undertake its function under the chairmanship of the Senator Dulo, and me as Vice Chair, we will.
Senator Tobiko.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm grateful that I got this opportunity to join my colleagues, Mr. Speaker, to mourn the loss of Albert Ojwang, Mr. Speaker, and to condole with the family and the people of Homa Bay, Mr. Speaker. And, Mr. Speaker, to condole with the rest of the young Kenyans, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me say it is extremely sad that we are losing lives that we should not lose, Mr. Speaker. And, Mr. Speaker, the worst is when we lose a person at the police cells, Mr. Speaker, because the police cells are supposed to be a protection place until one is proven guilty or not guilty, Mr. Speaker, but they should be safe at the police station, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we are not passing judgment on anybody, but we are asking for accountability, and someone must take responsibility for the loss of life of Mr. Albert Ojwang, Mr. Speaker. And who else will do that if it's not the police, Mr. Speaker? Who else will do that if it's not the top leadership of the police? The IG, the DIG, Mr. Speaker, must answer to Kenyans on what happened to Albert Ojwang, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, and the President should keenly look at this case. It is coming immediately after a very warm reception at Homa Bay. There could be people also who are working to undermine the government, Mr. Speaker. The President should see what is happening at the police force, Mr. Speaker. IPOA should come through for Kenyans in this case, Mr. Speaker. Because, Mr. Speaker, we are not trusting the police to investigate themselves. Mr. Speaker, it is extremely sad that even our young people have lost trust in us, Mr. Speaker, because we continue to lose them in circumstances that we should not. Imagine a situation where the parent has this one child only, and they have lost that single child, Mr. Speaker. Imagine the pain of these parents. Imagine what is the future of that family, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Parliament should now take its rightful place, Mr. Speaker, to hold the executive accountable for what is happening in our country, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it is sad, it is unfortunate, and we must apologize to Kenyans for letting them down, Mr. Speaker. We must now come through as an independent house that will stand for Kenyans, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Tabitha Keroch.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for also giving me this opportunity to stand as the Senator of Nakuru County with my Nakuru County people and my family to sincerely send our condolence to the family of Albert Omondi Ojwang. I condemn the killing of Albert Omondi Ojwang. When I received a photo of how he has been tortured in the police cell, I couldn't hold my tears. When I read the story of Albert Omondi, that he was the only child of a mother and a father, a newly wedded man, a father of a 1-year child, a graduate from Migori, and you can imagine to educate a child to a university level of parents of that status, how hard they've worked to ensure that their child get the rightful education. And this child now has gone. It is so sad. And in the hands of our security. So mine is just to really ask the justice for Omondi and the family to be given. And I don't think there's anything else we're asking. It's just for his justice for now, because he's gone. And I think parents, and I stand with our majority leader saying, we cannot be a house of just coming here and talking and there no action. We parents have cried enough. I'm a victim. I know my daughter was murdered in 2020. And up to today, I've not gotten the justice that I'm pushing for. What does that tell? You can imagine Omondi now, they start their justice. And now, how long will it take for them to get the justice? So I think enough is enough. This house is the upper house, is to ensure such things now can come to a stop, to an end, where our children will not be killed, butchered, just because that they raise a voice of what they think or what they feel they should express their opinion. I think it's a high time these people should know that they are even spoiling or damaging our government, which is working hard every day. And the rising security in Nakuru, I can't forget to say, the rising...
Very well, Honorable Senator, your time is up. Now, Honorable Senators, this is a very weighty matter. Kenyans are asking questions, and justifiably so, and we owe them the answers. The patience of this country is being stretched beyond its elasticity. The Honorable CS of Interior is scheduled to appear before the Senate tomorrow morning for purposes of responding to 15 questions that have been requested or asked by honorable senators. I wish to give the following as a way forward. Because of the urgency of this matter, that the CS appears tomorrow. However, before he embarks on the response of those 15 questions, we will first have the House move as a committee of the whole to interrogate this particular matter. After that session, then we can move to question time. While the CS is preparing to appear tomorrow, Secretariat informed the Ministry that tomorrow the CS must appear with the following persons: the IG, the chairperson IPOA, the chairperson Police Service Commission. Those are the persons who are supposed to accompany the CS tomorrow as we move into a committee of the whole. And thereafter, we can move with the question time as contained in the order paper. Next order.
Order number 8, motion. Report of the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget on the fourth basis for allocating the share of national revenue among counties. Resumption of debate on the proposed amendments.
Now, honorable senators, when debate was interrupted on Thursday, the 5th of June, 2025, Senator Mungatana had the floor and he had a balance of 8 minutes. I'm not seeing Senator Mungatana in the House, and therefore the floor is open for debate. Now, honorable senators, the debate is on the amendments as proposed by Senator Mogeni, not on the entire formula. It is on the amendments as proposed. Senator for Kakamega, if you want to hug, you have the lounge. So, honorable senators, the debate that is supposed to continue is the debate on the proposed amendments by Senator Mogeni. Senator Fernandez?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to speak to the amendment by Senator Okongo Omugeni. Mr. Speaker, I think in the principle of at the division, Mr. Speaker, I think last week we did mention on a number of, this is a 4-year or 5-year, Mr. Speaker, and therefore this division of revenue and amendment is very critical. Mr. Speaker, for Isiolo, let me begin by saying the following. Mr. Speaker, this is a house of equity. That is why the vote of Nairobi and the vote of Nandi and the vote of Kakamega and the vote of Elgeyo Marakwet, Mr. Speaker, is subjected to principle of equity, Mr. Speaker. This amendment that has been brought by Senator Okongo Omugeni, and I wish he would be listening, Mr. Speaker, this amendment that has been brought by Senator Okongo Omugeni on 4.46 billion to be shared to 11 counties, Mr. Speaker, Isiolo, Lamu, Elgeyo Marakwet County, among others, is in the principle of equity that we want to see, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I wish Senator Okongo Omugeni would be listening, including Embu, Mr. Speaker. I wish the mover of the amendment should be listening. Mr. Speaker, that is why I wanted to insist that this is a principle of equity. Mr. Speaker, when we were coming up with a formula, including Taita Taveta, when we were coming up with the formula, Mr. Speaker, we must ensure each and every county, 1, doesn't lose, 2, no county gains more. Mr. Speaker, I have seen a county in this simulated that some counties were gaining 2 billion, others were gaining only 200 million. 200 million to any county like Elgeyo Marakwet or Taita Taveta or Embu or Isiolo, Mr. Speaker, is not in good faith. Yes. And therefore this simulation, where at least each and every county will gain 405.6 million, will be very significant, Mr. Speaker. That is why most of these counties cannot even take or do a significant or an important development in their counties, Mr. Speaker. So even, Mr. Speaker, as we look at this simulation, we must be aware, Mr. Speaker. The other day, and I've seen the budget is being read on Thursday, budget that is worth 4 trillion, Mr. Speaker. But it is very sad that members of National Assembly rejected an increment of counties of 465 billion Kenya shillings, Mr. Speaker. That is an affront to the principle of equity and division of revenue, Mr. Speaker. I stand today on the basis of win-win for Lamu County. I stand today for the win-win for Taita Taveta County, Mr. Speaker. I stand today for support of Kirinyaga, Embu, Nyamira, Isiolo, Elgeyo, Marakwet, Mr. Speaker, because they deserve equity like all of us. If Elgeyo Marakwet wins, Nandi wins. If Isiolo wins, Mandera wins, Mr. Speaker. If Nyamira wins, Nakuru wins. We must push the principle of equity. It cannot be that a county is getting 2 billion, but a small county like Nyamira is getting a paltry millions of shillings, Mr. Speaker. I rise on the pedestal of history, on the principle of equity, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, they say, when the conscience of a nation has disturbed a solitary mind, it doesn't mean that that man is mad, Mr. Speaker. We must push for a win-win, Mr. Speaker, so that as we push, we cannot blame Elgeyo Marakwet, Taita, Nyamira, Isiolo, Embu, Mr. Speaker, for underdevelopment. Yet when we are doing division of resources, we don't consider their uniqueness, including Lamu, Mr. Speaker. So I support this amendment by my senior, na leo ndio narudisha mkono. After defending me, Mr. Speaker, when I was in police custody, he was able to dismantle my charges within seconds, Mr. Speaker, 1:59, 1 minute and 59 seconds, Mr. Speaker. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, I rise to support the people of Lamu. Well, that is why, Mr. Speaker, as a Senate, we should not reduce ourselves to our own counties. That is why we say, Mr. Speaker, we are senators of the Republic of Kenya, elected by respective counties to represent the interests of all counties, Mr. Speaker. When I speak here, I speak on behalf of Nandi, on behalf of Nakuru, on behalf of Nyamira, on behalf of Kirinyaga, Wajir, Nyandarua, Laikipia, Migori, Taita Taveta, Kajiado, Elgeyo Marakwet County, Mr. Speaker, including Uasin Gishu. And Embu, Mr. Speaker, where the deputy party of DP comes from, Mr. Speaker. If there is a time I'm proud of my senior colleague in the profession, Senator Okongo Mugeni, Commissioner, is today, because he's pushing us to look for principle of equity. It cannot be, and I want to challenge members of National Assembly. When we demand for more resources, they only tell us there is corruption in counties. What are they doing for corruption in national government themselves? What are they doing? Mr. Speaker, it is shame for them to tell us that they cannot add money to our people who are suffering, Mr. In fact, we are going to scrap NTCDF because that is unconstitutional kitty, Mr. Speaker. It violates the Constitution, and I want to stand with the decision of the Supreme Court, Mr. Speaker, that we should only channel funds to only two entities, National Executive and counties. If members of National Assembly want to run resources and manage money, let them run for two positions, governor or the presidency. When you are here, Mr. Speaker, Article 94 and 96 is we legislate, represent, oversight, do budget-making process, Mr. Speaker. It cannot be the biggest threat to devolution today, Mr. Speaker, in this country is members of National Assembly. How can they appropriate and pass a budget of 4 trillion and give counties paltry 400 billion, Mr. Speaker? It is shame. And I want to tell Kenyans who are watching us, the reason there is underdevelopment in Mashinani is because of members of National Assembly, Mr. Speaker. They are, in fact, of 4 trillion. We should be pushing that 1 trillion or 50% or 4 trillion of the budget should go to Mashinani. That is counties, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, today, the people of Nyamira, today, the people of Elgeyo Marakwet, today, the people of Kajiado, the people of Taita Taveta, the people of Isiolo, the people of Lamu, the people of Embu, we must come up, the people of Kitui, Mr. Speaker. We must come up with a formula of win-win. Kenyans for Kenyans, Mr. Speaker. This is the only house, Mr. Speaker, that will change the trajectory of development in this country, Mr. Speaker. We want to develop so much resources that somebody in Kericho, in Kapchebet, where Senator Aaron Cheruiyot comes from, does not care who is the president, Mr. Speaker. Somebody from Kilifi, where our esteemed, respected Speaker, Governor Senator Amason Jeffa Kingi, will not care who is the president because there are enough resources in Kilifi County, Mr. Speaker. I pray for that country, Mr. Speaker, where we will not charge or care who you are, but we will share resources based on principle of equity. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, as Martin Luther Jr. King said, an injustice somewhere is an injustice everywhere. I will not be happy if I'm given so much to take to Nandi while Nyamira is losing. I will not be happy when Mandera is given so much when Lamu is losing. Mr. Speaker, we are all Kenyans, including Embu, Mr. Speaker, where the deputy party leader comes from, Mr. Speaker. Dr. Mundigi.
Senator Cherarigei, I don't want to disturb your flow of thoughts, but I hope I don't look like a man. Why are you addressing me as Mr. Speaker? You will clarify as we move along. Can you appropriately address
Mr. Speaker, the spirit of equity has overtaken my faculties, but I profusely withdraw and apologize, Madam Speaker. It is that my mind caught up when you are doing an exchange with the substantive Speaker. My apologies. We respect you, Madam Speaker. And we know Muranga, will stand on the history of equity. I hope the delegation of Muranga, if they mean what they say on top of cars, wherever they work around the country, they must force for this principle of equity, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, I want to challenge this country. The future of Kenya, Madam Speaker, is only on equity. I'm calling upon the Chair of Finance and Budget, my very good friend, which I have tremendous respect, a principal of Kenya Kwanza, a party leader, the Chair of Finance and Budget. Let us amend this formula. The pride of your committee, Mr. Chairman, sir, through Madam Speaker, is to ensure no county goes home crying. Let us take care of these counties. Madam Speaker, I've sat in public accounts for almost now 8 years. We have seen the financial statements. They cannot do anything. We went to Nyamira when the late, my brother, the late, his soul rest His Excellency Nyagarama, he was a good man. I don't know about the current one. Okay. That is, the senior council will tell us. And we visited, and they were only begging for it, was it 100 million to complete? Can you believe? While we are giving counties, even, Madam Speaker, we need also to look at the own source revenue. A county like Nairobi, the CRA revenue potential of county of Nairobi is 63 billion. We are giving it close to 20 billion. They have a pending bill around 120 billion, Madam Speaker. We must also, the mover of this amendment, Senator Okongo Mugeni, we must also ensure, and I want to appeal to the Finance and Budget Committee, you cannot compare revenue potential of Nairobi City County and Nyamira, despite that they are growing tea. Madam Speaker, even as we talk, Nyamira grows tea and Nandi. Are you aware our tea prices cumulatively per kilo has even fallen down? Now it is 19 shillings per kilo of tea. 9 shillings is being taken by Muchunaji Chai. 10 shillings remain with the farmer. Madam Speaker, so even if you discuss the own source revenue of Nyamira, it will fall down because of market of demand and supplies. Even here in Nairobi, they can collect, I saw them celebrating that they have collected 12 billion, yet their revenue potential is 63 billion. What are they telling us? And they are doing a program that dish in a county. And that program is not extending to all children. Yet we are giving them the highest allocation. Look at Turkana, Mr. Speaker. We are giving Turkana the highest amount. But the information I have is the governor of Turkana, whenever he goes to a function, he dishes out 1,000 handouts. Yet the people of Turkana, you know, the senator of Turkana brought a statement where it is only in Turkana you get a Form 4 liver dispensing out medicine, Madam Speaker. That one does not happen even in Katanga, in Muranga County, where you come from. Yet the highest amount is we give. Let us not be selfish, Madam Speaker. This country belongs to all of us. If we want to end corruption, iniquity in this country, Madam Speaker, we must be willing to accommodate each other. The future of this nation is a united nation, Mr. Speaker, not based on tribes or families. Whether you want to call yourselves cousins or wherever, Madam Speaker, is we must look at the bigger picture. At the end of today, when you go back to Taita Taveta, Senator Eddie, I want to challenge you, although you are mourning, and we continue to empathize with your people, that as you go back to Migori, you should report back and say it when I was in Senate, when Lamu, when Nyamira, when Taita Taveta, when Wajia, when Embu, when Elgeyo Marakwet, when Isiolo, where our sister serves with distinction. And I want to call out my friend, the governor, in future, not to make derogatory remarks against women leadership. I would have expected even women from this house to protest. She did. Yeah, in fact, Senator Dulo should be listening to this. I think she is busy because of issues of insecurity, Madam Speaker. We cannot allow governors to make derogatory remarks against esteemed ranking member of the Senate, and we demand apology. And you know, Senator, the governor of Isiolo, Madam Speaker, is a good friend of mine. I have also expressed his displeasure. And he confirmed to me that he has withdrawn, but I want a formal apology.
Would
He
you
has not
wish
withdrawn.
Senator Cherarigei, would
Yes.
you wish to be informed by Senator Omugeni?
Yeah, today I am free to be informed by Senator because he's doing a good job.
Okay. Senator Omugeni, you can proceed.
I wanted to inform Senator Fernandi, who is doing very well this afternoon, that he should inform the governor of Isiolo that through this formula, the good lady, our ranking senator, is actually going toward Isiolo another 400 million through the effort of Senator Dulo. So what the governor should be doing is actually to appreciate and acknowledge the good work of Senator Fatuma Dulo, not to all abuses at our senator here, chair of security.
Thank you, Senator Omugeni. Senator Cherarigei, you can proceed. Give him the mic.
Madam Speaker, it is the most proud moment because even the Speaker of the session, where the Senator of Isiolo is adding 400 million plus, we are proud of women leadership in this country, Madam Speaker, including you. And I want to request and demand as Governor of Isiolo to withdraw and instead appreciate the distinguished senator who is a ranking member, a three-term senator. Do you think to be re-elected in this country is easy, Madam Speaker? You are our SG in UDA. You see people crying, people taking diabetic and pressure pills to calm down. But this is a distinguished senator who is serving a third term. We must respect women leadership in this country, Madam Speaker. And I hope by the close of this business, after the distinguished work of the Senator Dulo, Madam Speaker, the governor must apologize and appreciate that we are adding over 405.6 million to Isiolo, among other counties, and we are giving 4.46 billion to 11 counties, Madam Speaker. In conclusion, Madam Speaker, the future of this country is in devolution. This amendment will bring justice. Madam Speaker, I want to request members of the Senate, especially head of delegations, including my brother, the minority leader, including Kamau Murango, the distinguished senator of Kirinyaga, who is the next governor of Kirinyaga, including the incoming governor of Kitui, Governor Bishop Enoch Wambua. Madam Speaker, the formula we passed today, including Senator Chute, who I see is restless today, including Senator Kisang, the formula we will pass will run for 5 years. We must think through it. We must think through it. Let us not rush. In the last session, Madam Speaker, we stayed almost 6 months to agree to pass a win-win. At that time, there were senators for Kenya, Senator Matzayo and Senator Wambua were Kenyans, me and Senator Nderito, and I am told the financier and the engine of that moment was Governor Mandela, the distinguished senator. Captain Ali Roba was the leading one, the onslaught. Me and Senator Kinywa, Madam Speaker, were 1 man, 1 vote, 1 shilling. But today we are saying let the entire country win. Let us win as a country. Let us win as a country.
Senator Cherarigei, hold on a minute. There is a point of order by Senator Ali Roba. What's your point of order, Senator
Madam
Ali
Speaker,
Roba?
Madam Speaker, the Honorable Senator Cherarigei has referred to me as financial. That time, I would like him to substantiate as to the truthfulness of the statement he has made. In terms of that, because it might send a bad signal out there. I wasn't in this chamber last Senate, Madam Speaker.
Senator Cherarigei, you have alluded to an allegation that he was a financier. We do not know what he was financing. Please clarify.
Madam Speaker.
Proceed. You can substantiate.
Madam Speaker, I didn't say he was the one financing the formula. He was not the one financing. I was saying he was the beneficiary of a win-win that we did that time because Mandela was losing.
So it was just a question of grammar.
I think grammatical errors.
Okay.
I meant the beneficiary, not
let's
the
proceed.
financier.
So let's proceed.
Madam
having
Speaker.
admitted that.
Madam Speaker, as I conclude so that I can sit ground, I support this amendment with all my body organs. Madam Speaker, I am very sure as a leader, I want to see equitable development across the country. Some of us in future will aspire for higher seats in this country. I want one day when I'm in Nyamira, Senator Okongo Mugeni will tell me, because of the decision that you voted, this is what we have done. When I'll visit Kirinyaga, I don't know whether they will accept me because I don't know whether I'm their cousin or not. They will appreciate and tell me, you are our cousin. This is the money you voted for. This is what we have done. I want when I visit my neighbors, Elgeyo Marakwet, Senator Kisang, Senator Taita, my Vice Chair of County Public Accounts, Senator Mwaruma Mwalimu, will tell me, now I'm the governor of Taita Taveta, and this is what we have done. I want when I visit Wajir, I visit Senator Dulo. Madam Speaker, I support this amendment with all my faculties, and I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Senator. Before we proceed to the next senator to debate this motion, I want to give communication from the chair on visiting teachers and students from Seven Forks School in Embu County. Honorable Senators, I would like to acknowledge the presence in the public gallery this afternoon of visiting teachers and students from Seven Forks Schools in Embu County. The delegation comprises 177 students and 9 teachers who are in the Senate for a one-day academic exposition. Honorable Senators, in our usual tradition of receiving and welcoming visitors to Parliament, I extend a warm welcome to them, and on behalf of the Senate and on my own behalf, wish them a fruitful visit. I thank you. Senator Mudigi from the great county of Embu.
Asante Bi Speaker kwa kunipa nafasi niweze kukaribisha shule ya Seven Forks Primary School katika Mbeere South, Embu County, na pia katika county 47 wakati ile county inajulikana sana. Yangu ni machache ni kuambia watoto wa Seven Forks, karibuni sana muweze kuangalia yale tunatenda hapa. Wakati mmekaa dakika nyingi, muweze kuona yale mambo tunatenda hapa, mambo ya kuangalia mambo ya vile mambo ya security na vile tunaongea ndio county zetu iweze kupata pesa. Bi Speaker, yangu ni kuambia watoto na kusema Senate, ile pesa tunasema hapa, ukienda kama Seven Forks, ile shule imejengwa na Kengen, na unakuta pia iko na bahati, lakini sile siko area hiyo iko na shinda. Na ndio mara mingi Bi Speaker tumekuwa tukisema walimu wale wanaweza kusomesa ile area kwa sababu ni area haina maji, haina hospitali, haina chochote. Tumekuwa tukisema mambo ya handship isiweze kuondolewa, na pia pesa kama sile tunasema kama ile mbili ya homogeny senator ambaye tunasema county zote siweze kuongezewa pesa, ndio county ya Embu iweze kupata pesa kama sile, ndio kama kule, kama ni parapara, kama ni hospitali, kama ni mambo mengi ya agriculture iweze kuendelea vizuri. Kwa hivyo naweza kusema watoto wa Seven Forks hapa, mkiweza kukaa vizuri na musikise mambo ya walimu, muweze kujiepusha na mambo ya dawa ya kulevya, mambo ya pombe. Wakati mwingine miaka itakayokuja, ninyi mtakuwa maseneta, ninyi mtakuwa speaker, ninyi mtakuwa wenye wabunge, na mtakuwa kila kitu. Kwa hiyo Bi Speaker, na wakaribisha na ni asanti. Mkirudi nyumbani Embu County, muende na salamu, na pia mpalikiwe, muende safari njema. Asante Bi Speaker.
Thank you, Senator Mudigi. Senator Okech Edi Gishero, Migori County.
Madam Speaker, I know today has been a very emotional day because as a young person, it is very hurtful to see a fellow young man succumb to not disease nor any condition of physical harm, but dying in the hands of the police. And Madam Speaker, before I just contribute here, I wanted to thank Mr. Speaker so much for the kindness he had extended and the urgency he has put on the matter of the death of Albert Ojwang by making sure that the CS, as well as the officers who are charged with our security, can be in this house tomorrow. And I wanted to urge all my colleagues, senators, that this is the time that the nation needs you most. This is the time that tomorrow we should not have a quorum hitch or even delay of debate and engagement, that the House tomorrow, all senators should come on time so that we can be able to interrogate the matter of Albert Ojwang at 9 a.m. We'll be here so that by 9:30 when the House rises, then we can be able to deal with that issue. And I want to thank all the senators for taking this issue seriously and the comments that you've made.